Welcome to Vegas Live, and of course I'm Ninon, your host, and I have Joe Lujan with me. He's absolutely amazing. I've interviewed you 2 or 3 times now, and you still have this incredible energy and this incredible, you don't see it in many people, feel for life.
Yeah.
How do you get that? And it's like you're always happy, and you're always like, you've got this, I'm a positive person, everyone knows it's Miss Positive. And I look at you and you're like Mr. Positive.
Okay.
And how do you manage to keep brush all that? Because I know you get a lot of stuff.
I honestly, I don't know.
You know, it's just you, because I don't know.
It happens.
Yeah, because I have the same thing. They say, William, how do you always stay so positive, and how do you sort of don't let these things get to you? And I said, well, majority of them aren't my thing anyway.
Yeah.
It's their thing, not mine. So if somebody says something to me that's not really very nice, they said it, I didn't.
Yeah.
So why would you accept something that you didn't do?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how I keep it all.
Keep it together. And
Yeah.
I know the reason I know all this is because I've just been on your red carpet for this incredible movie. How's the movie going?
It's good. We're getting very great response.
And you're the AMC.
Yeah, we did at Town Square.
The Town Square, and if
Sold
anybody
out screening.
sold out screening.
Completely. Yeah. It was crazy. We even had people outside waiting to see if tickets would be free.
And were you surprised about that? Or?
I was. It was a little bit overwhelming.
Well, you're the producer, director,
The writer.
caster,
Yeah.
casting director, writer. You kind of, although you have people to do these things for you,
Yeah.
you still do it all yourself to make sure it's put together.
Yeah, it's more of a natural thing. The Immortal Wars is probably like my 7th full-length feature, so I've been used to making sure everything gets done. So this was a different change.
It was. And of course, it's called Immortal Wars, which we didn't mention before. If you want to know what the name of the movie is, it's Immortal Wars at AMC, and absolutely amazing. And I even spoke to your executive producer, Robert Larson. And that he is an amazing guy. He's very quiet, very grounded, and sort of very anxious. He was so anxious about the movie.
Very excited.
And he was very excited about it. So wait a second. This is your 9th, you said?
7th. Yeah.
This is your. And I know you've got one in the can, which is Immortal Wars.
That's the first one. It's just the Immortal Wars.
So the Immortal Wars something. The second one.
The second one is Resurgence.
Oh, Resurgence is the second one.
Yeah.
Is it what you're casting now for?
We're casting for right now.
We're doing it now.
Yeah.
So get back to Immortal Wars. What made you name it that, and why did you? Why do you think you've had so much response on it?
Well, I think response-wise it has to do more because it's the first time I've drifted away from horror films.
Oh, okay.
I've mainly focused on horror and creating the gore and the scary stuff. That's what I've kind of mainly focused on. So this was the first time I drifted to a different genre, and it was scary, you know.
Because you got the good guys and the bad guys.
Exactly.
So you got the good. And I haven't even seen the movie yet, but I'm like, from what I picked up from, because I did the red carpet for you, and I interviewed the whole cast, and it was absolutely amazing. And what everybody said about Joe, and they all said the same thing, how they absolutely love working with you.
Oh, they're sweet.
So
very sweet.
well, I think you created that. I think it's how you created that. So how do you like getting away from the horror movies? Because horror movies, if you didn't know out there, are very, very popular.
Yes, it is a huge genre. It was very, it was different. It was difficult. I feel at home when I'm creating the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
When I'm creating the blood and gore, I feel comfortable.
Because you know how it works. You know what to do. And make it more daring and more horrifying
darker and more creepy and stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know
this
how to
time
do that.
it was like
pulling
action.
back a bit. Yes.
It's like action and sci-fi. It was a big change for me. So it was challenging, but overall, I think the response, everyone just loves the fact that it's based off a comic book that I did. You know, it's based off of characters that are not your normal people.
So Joe's not normal because this is, as he said, it was based off a comic book.
Yeah.
And that's why we were at the Comic Con just now, which was a big convention, which was absolutely. I've never been to a convention like that before.
It was amazing.
It was absolutely amazing, but I didn't realize. You know, when you're not into something, you don't realize the talent that these people have.
So many
the
talented
drawings and the things. I was shocked.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's the talent that I'm not into, but the people in the comic side of life are really involved. and that's where you are. And I didn't even know this was. So when they said, well, Joe's house, I said, what is Joe doing here?
Yeah. We actually debuted my comic book, The Vanquishers.
The Vanquishers.
The Vanquishers.
The Vanquishers.
Yeah. Yeah. So we debuted it exclusively at Comic-Con. So you can only get your copies there.
So did you do well there?
We did. Yeah. We nearly sold out completely from all the books. Yeah.
And I'd hate to say how many was that, but it's probably a couple of hundred.
Yeah. It was a pretty number, but it was really exciting to see how people responded that it was actually based off a comic book.
That's right, but also your comic book, you put it together.
My characters.
So you drew all this.
Yeah, I didn't. No, I hired an artist to illustrate the artwork for me.
Yes.
I have drawn my characters before, but it takes me way too long
Yeah. So
to do a whole book.
To do, yes, I was going to say it's the book. How big is the book?
The book I think is running like 16 pages long.
That's a lot.
Yeah, for a comic book, it's kind of a good number.
These comic books, they're like 3 or 4 pictures that tell a story, or they could be more.
Oh yeah, there could be more. There's some that is like one solid illustration, or it can have different panels.
Yeah, different panels of it. Because I'm going back to the old days of when I used to read the comics in the newspapers.
Yeah. They've gotten a lot bigger. Yeah,
I think it was called Blondie or something.
Okay. Yeah.
I remember how that always told a story and the little clips and the things. But to me, it's like animation, and it's like Disney.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what they work off.
Exactly,
that's what they kind of
all
do.
the illustrations, the cartoons, and all
So
that.
how's the new movie coming along? How's that?
Well, as far as the script for the sequel, it's already being finalized. We've had to do a few rewrites for certain reasons, but it's now close to being locked in. So that's exciting. I've worked on the script for over a year almost. I've been working on the script.
Do you take some of the wording or some of the character stuff from your old scripts and bring it, kind of use all what you've done there and bring it into, but make it different?
What a lot of people don't know is when I learned in college is I write all my stories in composition books.
Oh,
and I've always carried them with me. I always have one on me, so I'm writing ideas when they come.
Yes.
So when I'm sitting there writing my script, I always refer back to those. And I'm like, hey, I thought of that a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
And I'll go back to it and I'll incorporate that into my script.
So see how college is great?
Yes, it's very good.
It's very, very good.
Yes, it is.
Now, we just did an interview with you, actually, at this Comic-Con, and it was a fabulous interview, and I want to thank you for that. That was really a cool interview that is actually coming out. It'll be coming out in between the shows today and tomorrow and whatever. Nick brings them out, my producer. How can anybody get in touch? Do you do other movies for other people? Do you produce other movies? Or do you
I haven't. No, I've been approached. I have been given scripts and been offered to, direct other films that other people have written. But as of right now, since I'm really swamped with my own work, it's very hard to get more other projects.
Isn't that amazing to absolutely have too much of your own work,
my own work
and do your own?
I'm blessed. I really am.
You are blessed, but I think you're the one that created that blessing. Because I think your communication with people, and we're all human, and it doesn't matter how much money we have and how much money we don't have, we're all human, and we all have talent. We all have talent of some sort, and you're able to bring it out.
Yeah, it's up to each one of us to use our talent in whichever way we want.
Is there any? I mean, for the younger generation of what you're in the film business, and it's a tough business.
It is. It's brutal.
You have to brutal.
It's brutal.
Because you also not only do you create it, you get all the talent. Now you've got to get the financing.
Yes.
How hard is that now?
Now it can get difficult. The way I did it, I kind of just wanted to show what I can create to my producers and my investors. That's kind of and creating stuff, obviously, that I have to pay out of my own pocket to show them what I can do when they do fund my stuff.
Yes.
That was hard. Trying to prove to them
of something new that you haven't done.
That I haven't done.
The horror movies, that's easy to sell. I don't know why everybody loves these horror movies.
Horror movies is
they're very easy. But when you start getting into real, movies and real scenes and real action,
with the special effects and explosions and stuff, that's when it's like, now you got to ask for more money.
Yeah, you got to ask for but they believe in you. And I think getting through the first one of changing your character from the horror into action, I think the first one is hard to do.
Yeah.
And to have the red carpet, to open up at AMC and to have it sold out, that's pretty cool. I mean, so it's not going to be so hard or so hard for your second one, the one you're
Yeah,
doing
no,
now.
like with the
Is this
first
one
one.
easier?
Yeah, this one's being a little bit more easier. I've learned so much with the first one. I mean, I learned a lot, and I'm still learning.
Yes.
Every day I'm still learning. So I use whatever I've learned to better the next one, to make it easier. Yeah.
Because that's what I've done with my career, the same sort of thing. You learn as you go along.
You have to.
And not to be afraid of admitting mistakes and things you do.
We're all going to make mistakes.
Well,
we all do.
Unfortunately, you only learn by your mistakes.
Exactly.
You do not learn by the great things you do. Nobody else says, oh, you were great and you're wonderful. They tell me, well, you did this and you did this and this is wrong. But that's how you learn.
And you can't let the fear take over. You can't let fear of things might not come out right. You might not have enough funds. You might not have this. You can't let that block you.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
no.
you have to use what you have, use that, incorporate in your work, and then you create it.
Funny you should say that, because one of my philosophies, or what I think, is that you do it all, the money will come.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if you put the money first, you can have a tough time. But if you just go ahead and do it and say, don't worry, but with what you have, and you make it work, what message would you like to give to the younger generation going into being producers and film and all that? What would you like to say?
Basically, don't give up. Like, don't let anything scare you. I think that's the biggest thing. Is we're all scared of change. We're all scared of trying to move forward. Push it, keep on creating, believe in what you create, always stand by what you're going to create.
Yes.
Don't let anyone or negativity kind of bring it down. Kind of use that. If you
Believe
do mistakes,
in yourself.
believe in yourself. Yeah. If you make mistakes, learn from it and make sure you
forward.
don't do it on the next one. Exactly.
Yes, absolutely. It's a funny thing in life. We always look at ourselves in a very negative way. We always look at all the bad things we do. We didn't do this right. And we are our worst critics rather than turning around and going, well, this is what I've done and this is... And when you get older, you do get a little bit, well, I've done this and I've done that, and so you feel a bit cool. But it's like coming up here, it's like you never think of yourself doing the right thing.
Oh, yeah. You always think of the worst when it comes to yourself.
Yes. Isn't that funny? So don't think of the worst.
No.
And think of the objects first before the money. The money will always come. I know sometimes we can't believe that, but it will always come. How can people reach you?
I'm on all social media. You can search Joe Lujan or Carcass Studios or any of my films, and I'm on all social media.
All social media, Joe
And I'm
Lujan.
always posting.
You're always out there.
I'm always out there.
Another believer is. Now I noticed before we came on, you said, I just want to give us a Snapchat out there. Snapchat. What do you think of it?
Snapchat. I love it. I'm always on it. My family stays close with it too, so I Snapchat so that my family, my parents, everyone can see what I'm doing. They're always
Where are
curious.
your parents? Are they
My
here?
parents are back in Texas. All my family is back in Texas.
Everything's in Texas.
Yeah.
So, one quick thing. What brought you to Vegas?
Well, I got my degree and I graduated. There was no really business out there, so obviously you want to go to LA, but it's very tough out there.
I was going to say there's
so
so
it's like
much
you got to
out
make
there.
baby steps before you get out there.
Yes, and
So
you've
this
got
is
to
pretty close to it.
So this is close to it, but,
Yes.
but the industry in Vegas, film industry, is
Is
becoming very
growing.
big. It's growing
There's
and
so
growing
many
and growing.
amazing, talented people here.
Yes,
Like,
that has.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talent here, which means a lot of competition, so up your ante.
Right?
Joe, you've been amazing. Good luck
you so
in your new career of films,
Thank you.
action. Absolutely amazing. We'll be back. Vegas Live.